Hey guys, this is Swordless, and this is going to be a little playthrough that I'm going to do just for fun. What I mean by that is I'm not going to be showing off a lot of glitches because, first of all, I don't know too many about this game, Crash Bandicoot, the Wrath of Cortex, and secondly, even if there are some, I'm not an expert in the game in any way. I just want to play it for fun. I've never speedrun it or anything like that, like I had with DK64, so this is just going to be something I'm going to do in my spare time. So first thing I want to point out is that this game is notorious for its loading times. Fortunately, the copy that I'm playing on right now is a platinum version. If you live in the US, then you'll probably know that as the greatest hits version, or the player's choice, or something like that. Here in the UK we call it platinum, and it basically is the thing that they put out once the game has sold 1 million copies. And the loading times in that were reduced a lot. Frankly, the original version of the game had so long loading times that it was almost unplayable. We're talking about maybe like every one of these screens being 1 to 2 minutes long. But it's been fixed in this one, and when you take the loading out of it, the game actually is really fun. If you've played some of the original Crash games on the PS1, you'll probably appreciate this game as well. It's very similar to Crash Bandicoot 3, which was probably the best one in my opinion. This is the warp room where all the levels are. Obviously I can't get into these rooms just yet. And we saw the bad guy a second ago. His name is Cortex. He is the guy that we're pursuing in pretty much all of the games. And there's also this guy on the ground here who we're going to fight at the end of every world. But we'll get to that later. First thing I want to do is just jump into level 1, Arctic Antics. It's going to be a real easy start to the game, but that's what you would expect from a platformer, I suppose. I'm not going to listen to this. I'm pretty much going to skip every cutscene, in fact, because I just don't have time for it. So yeah, this loading screen right here is a perfect example. It's only going to last maybe 5 seconds or so. Just a small fraction of what it was in the original version. The loading screen itself was pretty cool. I like this effect. None of the PS1 Crashes had screens like this. They just loaded the level normally. So yeah, first level. What I'm going to do in this playthrough is try and 100% the game as well. Which means I'm going to have to get all the crates in every level, because when you do that you get a gem, and the gems count towards your percentage. Now the object in every level, just to beat the game, is to get the crystal, which is like kind of like a pink gem. We'll see that in a second. This box right here is a checkpoint. It means that if I die beyond this point, it will just put me back there. It means I don't have to do the start of the level again. But that shouldn't be an issue here. Like I said, very easy first level. So this box with the exclamation point, when you hit it, it makes something nearby become real, like that. And obviously those are crates, so they do count towards my gem score. It's an extra life. Extra lives are never going to be a shortage in this game, but that's probably a good thing. So these boxes here, you have to use a body slam to break them. And what's kind of peculiar about that is that the body slam is something that he learned in Crash Bandicoot 3. And he remembers it in this game, but he doesn't remember any of the other things. Like, for instance, you can double jump after you learn it in Crash 3, but he's forgot how to do that here. And you actually do learn it again later on in this game. I've never actually beaten this game. The furthest I got, I think, was like the 3rd world, maybe. And by that point, I was playing on the original version, so like I was just completely sick of the loading times. I just didn't want to continue. It just really took a lot of the fun out of the game for me, having to wait so long, especially as the game starts to get harder and you find yourself dying a lot. Just having to sit through that every time is just a real pain in the ass. But this version's a lot more fun. So 147 boxes I have to get. These ones right here are TNT. You can just like stand on top of them and they explode. They'll explode anything next to it as well, so... And they do count towards your box count, so it's important to make sure that you hit them all. Anything that has one of those harder crates, I'm just going to body slam the entire thing. So, over here, there's 2 little pads in the water. The one on the left only appears if you get to this point without dying yet, which is pretty awesome that I managed to do that, because I thought for sure I was going to die. It's been a long time since I've played through this game, as I said. And this is cool because it takes you to a secret place. There's a lot of nitro boxes here. If I touch any single one of these, I'm just going to die. Well, actually not really, because I have an Aku Aku mask with me, which gives me an extra hit. But I'm going to try not to get hit at all anyway. And this is like a secret little course within the level that has a special prize at the end. And it should be one of the coloured gems. it's the blue one. So yeah, there it is, and I could just do this and like jump all the way up here and get to the exit, but I want to actually finish the level normally, so I'm going to commit suicide. The damage and vulnerability is really long in this game, so I just gotta wait till it runs out. And this is going to put me back at the checkpoint. I still have the blue gem, thankfully, and now I can just keep going. I have to hit these boxes again. I guess I didn't save that, which I suppose makes sense because I hit them after the checkpoint. Okay, so I actually still need to do this over here. This is the bonus pad. This has a bunch of crates in it that do count towards your score, so you have to make sure you do them in every level if you're trying to get the regular gem. So nothing too hard here. Just making sure to get as much of the Wumpa fruit as I can. Yeah, these things aren't apples. They totally look like apples, but they're not. I guess they're more like peaches or something. And yeah, that crate there just made this one appear, which has an extra life in it, which is always good. And I'm not going to bother bouncing on those, it takes too long. So yeah, 25 out of 25 just adds that to my regular score. It's very cold. I really like the graphics in this game actually, I think it really suits it. And this mammoth over here, I'm pretty sure if you like jump on it, I'm not going to risk that here, but I'm sure if you jump on it, it gives you like Wumpa fruit for as long as you jump on it, or something like that. There's definitely something you can do with it, and that sort of thing has been in the previous Crash games as well. I can remember in Crash 2 there was a thing where if you jump on the polar bear outside the level, it opens up a secret level or something like that. And in Crash 3 there's the little monkeys in the Egypt levels as well that give you Wumpa fruit. So this green thing with the exclamation mark destroys all the nitro crates in the level, so when I do that, hopefully it will bring me up to 147, which means I can pick up this gem, so I now have everything from the level that I wanted to get. There's only one more thing that I need to get in this level, it's the Relic, and to do that I gotta go back in it later and beat it in under a certain amount of time. I'm not going to bother with that right now, I'll come back and do that once I've done all the levels, just because I don't want to like spend too much time in each level on the first go, because I think that would be a little boring to watch. So again, just a couple of seconds there for the loading screen, which is awesome. So this next level is very similar to a couple of levels from Crash 3. It's much easier than the ones in Crash 3 actually, which is cool, I guess. But that's probably just because it's at the start of the game here, whereas in Crash 3 it was towards the end of the game. In fact, they were definitely some of the hardest parts of Crash 3. So in this level, you're pretty much in a plane. You have to take down all of these blimps just by firing at them. If you just hold an X, he will fire infinitely. But before I take down all of these things, of course I want to get all the crates so I can get the gem. So I'll pretty much just go around the level, hitting anything that I can. Just making sure that I don't destroy the last one before I have all the crates. It's pretty hard to die in this level. There's one later on where it's a lot easier to die. Now watch me die after saying that. But yeah, hopefully that's not going to happen. So I'm using a new microphone. In my last series my microphone quality was pretty bad, I think. And unfortunately the microphone eventually broke after a few years of loyal service. So I decided that that was probably the best time to just get an upgrade. And I think the audio was a lot clearer on this one, so hopefully these will be a lot more enjoyable to watch now. I still need 8 crates. Oops. I'm going to knock this guy down, but I'm not going to get any of the other ones. There's only one more to get after this actually. I don't want to pick it up just yet though, because then the level will finish and I won't be able to get the gem without going back in. So yeah, if I had planned this out a little better, I could have been a lot more efficient with it, instead of just kind of seeing something and going for it. Because it's kind of left me with the ones that I need to get being at the other side of the map. But it's no big deal. Okay, I still need 3 more. Yeah, I've managed to sit at 99% for quite a while here, which is pretty good. But a lot of those boxes do replenish your health, so that's probably why. Probably has nothing to do with skill. So you get the crystal just by destroying all of those things, that's how you beat these levels. And there's no coloured gem in this level, so I don't have to worry about anything like that. So back to the warp room again. If this was the original version of the game, I think I'd probably just cut out all of these, because they really would be that long. But whatever, I'm going to stop talking about that version of the game now, because it's not really relevant anymore, now that I've explained it 1,000 times. So this level is really fun. This is a concept that's new to Crash Bandicoot, the Wrath of Cortex. It wasn't in any of the other games. And you're like inside a little ball, like a hamster ball, and you got to roll around the level. And I think there's a couple more levels later on in the game that are similar to this, and they're pretty hard actually. They're definitely some of the harder parts of the game, but this one itself isn't really that bad. It's a lot of fun. So, okay, there's nothing behind me. I always make sure to check that just in case, because I can remember one part of Crash 3 had a couple of crates behind you at the start. I thought that was kind of a dick move. So 125 to collect, that's probably going to take a while, but I guess a lot of them will be nitro crates, no doubt. So every time you get 100 Wumpa Fruit, you get an extra life, and I'm about to reach 100, which is cool. I'll probably reach 100 a couple more times in this level, because if I remember correctly, it's pretty long. Lots of crates, lots of fruit. I'm just making sure not to go too fast here, because I don't want to really miss any crates on this part of the level and have to go back and get them, because I can imagine that being pretty tedious to do. So, yep, there's a part over here. Let's check that first. I wonder if you can actually get up there. Let's try going around the edge. Oh yeah, I had an Aku, I forgot about that. Oops. Fortunately, the checkpoint is right here, so that's not a concern. And I still have 12 lives, or 13 I think, because I think 0 counts too. Wow, that was totally not a collision. I don't know why I died there. But still no concern, because I'm right here. I'm sure you can do this. I'm sure I remember doing this before when I used to play the game. Yeah, just like that. So, what's up here? Nothing. Nothing is up here. Why on earth would they put this in here? Is it just to piss you off? Well, that's not important anyway, because the checkpoint was right next to me, so I'll just continue with the level normally. Fortunately, some of the edges to this have got like fences on them, so you can just roll into them at full speed and you don't crash through them. I'm always a little scared when I run into like a group of boxes that I'm going to miss one of them. Okay, so 41, still so many to get. I hate it when they give you a choice. I mean, it's a platforming game, it should be really simple. I guess we'll take the danger route first. Don't want to go too fast here. Okay, see, this is what I thought would have happened at the other Nitro place. They would have had like a little group of boxes at the end. Instead there was nothing. Oh, it's another route you can take here. Okay, we'll see what's up here first. Okay, I'm certainly glad I did that. So yeah, not a lot to say really about this. It's just pretty much as fun as it looks. Definitely a unique spin on a Crash Bandicoot level. Okay, this one, gotta make sure I get all of them here before I progress. Some of them are kind of camouflaged actually against like the bamboo. That's why I'm being careful not to go too fast through this. See, I just missed that one. That's why you gotta be careful. Okay, the crystal's up ahead. That means I'm probably getting close to the end. Something that's weird about this game is that the crystals tend to be close to the end. In Crash 3, I remember they were usually towards the center of the level. Doesn't really seem to be the case in this game. Okay, a couple of route choices. Oh, checkpoint. I'm gonna hit that first because no doubt I'm gonna hit a nitro box and that's just a disaster. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. It's another one of those places. Alright, let's see what's over this side then. Really? Oh wait, no. My mistake. There's another part up here. So, oh wait, that takes you to the end. So actually I should have gone the other way. Well, I mean, there was no way for me to know that without having played it before, so Whatever. Kind of a questionable design choice, but no biggie. Not gonna rush into that. Okay, I think, yep, that should hopefully bring us up to 125. Excellent. So I'll pick this up. Gotta make sure I grab that before I get into the warp. That would have been a potential disaster had I gone into the warp without picking it up. So back to the warp room again. Just 2 more levels to do in this section before I can progress to the next world. There are a couple of levels in this game where you actually play as Coco, Crash's sister, and that was also the case in Crash 3, but it's a lot less enjoyable in this game, I think. I just find that she's a lot slower than she was in the previous game. Plus, in all the other games that she's in, usually her levels involve like being on like a jet ski or something, or riding an animal or something like that. In this game, she actually just walks around and she's really, really slow. But Crash himself is actually slower in this game than he is in previous games, as far as I can tell. Like, his jumps are very, very kind of moon-like. He jumps like he's in space or something. Which, I guess, makes things a little easier, to be honest, but I don't know. I'd rather have the difficulty and the speed, because I'm just an impatient kind of guy. So these kind of enemies are back. These were all over the place in Crash 3. And I might have screwed myself over. Come on, Crash. Nope, just barely made it. It's really good that he actually remembers how to do that. It's very helpful. Checkpoint already. I'm not complaining. Bonus level. I really don't like the bonus rounds in this game. I mean, it's the same format as the other games, but they always seem a little bit harder in this game. Don't know why that is. It's a lot more noticeable in the future worlds as far as I remember, but I don't know. Okay. So you can't break those grey boxes, but you can break the brown ones. You have to remember to break all the arrow ones as well, because they do count towards your score. That was a dumb idea. Can I actually get up there now? Okay, I'm gonna try and be clever here. I wanted to look at, yep, I wanted to do a skid jump because I know that increases his height just a little. So there were 3 boxes that I missed. We'll see them on the way back, I guess. Yeah, it's just a couple of nitro crates. I'll destroy them all at once at the end of the level. So yeah, every Crash game has to have one of these things where something chases you. The good thing about it is that it pretty much means that you can miss a bunch of the boxes. You don't have to worry too much about them, because he will hit them for you. And this one isn't really too hard. But of course, there are going to be some of the boxes that he isn't going to hit, so I always try to make sure I can hit them myself. Plus, it's more challenging and fun that way anyway. But yeah, okay, he did hit it. I guess you just, like, the biggest downside to him hitting them instead of you is that you don't get what's inside them. But I can live with that. It's totally unfair how, like, nitro boxes hit Crash, but they don't hit anything else. This guy's just waltzing right through them. Nothing to worry about. Okay, so that's the end of him. He's stuck over there. Okay, so that was obviously too far away. And this... Okay, I guess I'll do this. I haven't died yet, so I guess we'll try and do this as well. This is for another colored gem. I don't really remember anything about this one. These wizards are actually kind of a pain. Their little bolts follow you around for quite a while. Okay. Being careful not to touch any of those trapdoors. I believe they do fall when you're standing on them. I don't want to have to deal with that. Okay. Oops. Oh, that was a silly mistake. Okay, so green gem, and as before I'm just going to kill myself so I can go back to the checkpoint because I don't want to leave the level yet and have to do all of it again. Unfortunately the game is pretty nice about this and gives you all your stuff back. And yep, I do still have the green gem. Okay, I'm not going to bother collecting those Wumpa Fruit. Whenever they get exploded they just get shot off screen anyway. So I could go back on that if for some reason I wanted to, but there's nothing there for me anymore. I don't think there's anything directly above that, but you do need it to get that one up. Every time I see these bats, I think you're supposed to like jump on top of them, but I don't know. I don't know if you can actually get that high without a double jump. No, you definitely can. So whatever. So yeah, this is the end of the level. Please tell me I got all of everything. Yeah, I did. Excellent. I think there's a glitch in this level with the relic where you can get the platinum relic just by like pausing the game or something. I can't remember what it is, but there's definitely something like that. But that's something for a later video. That's nothing to be concerned about right now. As I said, I want to do all the relics at the end after everything else is taken care of. So there's one more world to do in this part of the game. I'm going to take care of it right now, I guess, because it's right here. It's probably the hardest one of the first 5 levels. But it does have a pretty fun minecart thing at the start. Yeah, I'm not going to listen to you. I'm probably going to skip every single cutscene. I think I mentioned this earlier, but just... I don't know. This is like one of the few Crash games that has so many cutscenes. Usually in Crash 3, the boss will talk to you like once or something per world, but these guys just never seem to shut up. Okay, so as I always do, checking behind me to make sure there's nothing. I'm going to go a little slow here because I really don't want to have to repeat anything. There's 2 paths that you can take, but I know for a fact that you're supposed to take the right path there. Because the left one is just full of nitro and I can destroy those later on. I guess that other route there was for like a different gem or something. I don't know. I'm just trying to pay attention and make sure I actually do get everything here. Well, that was a tremendous failure. I mean, I missed the box, so I had to kill myself. But now I'm going to do this bit a little faster because I kind of know where everything is now. If you hold up, he moves quicker. If you hold down, he goes pretty slow. I just missed a box, didn't I? I totally did. God damn it. Alright, where's the nitro? Gonna have to suicide again. There we go. I'm pretty sure I missed a box. I hope I did after doing that. Yeah, I did. That one. That's the one I missed. It's actually kind of hard to see some of them. They're pretty well camouflaged with the surroundings. Okay, so just taking it easy here. Don't want to miss anything. I'm going so slow. I think we're getting close to the end of the minecart part, which is probably the crappiest part of the level, just for collecting boxes. Yeah, I'm kind of bitching out right here just by making sure I can see everything before I get to it. Okay, that's that taken care of. So hopefully I did get all of them. If I didn't, I'm probably just going to off-screen it and get everything there. These guys aren't really a threat, you just stand and throw things in the same position every time. These guys are a bit more of a threat, but still nothing too bad. Okay, I'm just gonna blow both of these up and it should add 3 to my box count. Perfect. These guys I guess are a little harder because there's 2 of them, but still nothing to be worried about. I think this level's pretty nice. I mean, like I said earlier, it's a little difficult for the crates, but the scenery's really nice. The atmosphere is very, like, dangerous. There's lots of mad scientists all over the place. Oh, bonus round. Actually, Yeah, I'll just hit this first. I don't think it makes a difference, really, if you hit that first or not, but whatever. I think when you fail the bonus round, it just puts you right next to where it was anyway. Okay, so I think that hit something further on. Okay, what should I do here? I don't know if that was a good idea or not. It probably wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't. Gonna have to suicide. I'm always trying to think ahead with these things because a lot of the time when there's a box like that grey one there, which activates something later on, a lot of the time you have to kind of go and do that first before you break some of the boxes earlier on, and it can be kind of confusing. But I guess I shouldn't bother with that right now because it is the start of the game. I just gotta be quick here. Okay, so that should, yep, everything taken care of there. These things should do 5 bounces before they break. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, that was a bit of luck. I'm certainly glad I got that. And that's everything. Excellent. That was actually reasonably difficult. All of the bonuses so far have been pretty easy, but that one was a bit of a pain. Just gotta make sure I don't get crushed here. I can just crouch under these ones, jump over these ones. Okay, so I still need quite a lot of boxes. Is it gonna blow up that nitro? You might be able to tell from my voice, but I'm just getting over a cold right now. I'm still pretty sick. So 1, 2, oh, wow, why the fuck was that 2? It's supposed to be 5, right? At least you do keep your bonus round ones. Well, actually you can jump over these, that's cool. That's gonna save me a little bit of time, I guess. And I don't know why I bothered wondering if that like blew up the nitro, because there's probably going to be a switch at the end for just that. Come on. I hate getting stuck behind things in games. Just wish everything could be really fast all the time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I wonder why I only took 2 the last time. That's so weird. And a little worrying actually, because I could probably get screwed over by that quite a lot in this game if it's really actually inconsistent. This level's actually pretty long. I'm surprised it hasn't finished yet. Just gotta slide under this one, jump over this one. Oh yeah, well there we go, that's the end. Okay. So got everything that I can get from here. And I think that's pretty much everything that I want to get from the first world so far. As I mentioned a couple of times already, the relics are still there, but I'm going to take care of that later. I think I'm going to go and do the boss right now. And the bosses in this game, as far as I remember, are actually pretty hard. At least a lot harder than they were in the previous games. So yeah, I actually can go here. Rumble in the Rocks, rocks spelled wrongly. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. Is that like a reference to something? I'm not gonna listen to you. So yeah, the first boss of the game, this one, if I remember correctly, can actually be a bit of a pain in the ass to do. Obviously it is the first boss, so it's still totally manageable, but it's kind of unique because you don't actually hit the boss himself. As far as I remember, in every other boss in the game you do hit him. In this one you're sort of indirectly damaging him. So we're both in these little balls, and there's these little rocks rolling around. The idea is that you have to hit both of them. There's 2, as you can see at the top of the screen. And you have to hit both of them to get them to be blue. If he hits one, it goes red. So I have to hit it twice in that case to make it go grey and then blue. So I managed to make both of them blue, which means he's going to take a third. It's going to take a third of his health bar away. So I have to do this 2 more times, and the rock number increases each time. So Yeah, I now have to do it with 3 rocks. Same thing. He actually does quite a lot of damage sometimes to you, so that's really the only thing you have to worry about. The actual strategy isn't too hard. Come on. So close. So, actually, he managed to hit one of mine. Oh, I see what happens there. Like, if he hits you, or if you hit the rock after he hits you, it goes his colour, which is kind of unfair. But whatever. He's supposed to be overpowered, so... Just one more. Where is it? There it is. So yeah, this boss can actually be a little frustrating. Especially when you don't really know at first how to do it. Okay, that's the second hit done. So yeah, this guy's name is Crunch. He's supposed to be like a genetically modified version of Crash that Cortex made. At least I think that's the story. I don't know. Like I said, I don't really care too much. So there's 4 this time, and I'm pretty low on health, which is making me a little worried. Oh, that was pretty close. Oh, come on, dude. Just one more. And this guy is done for. There it is. Okay, cool. So this boss is done now. And as in Crash 3, we're going to get a power-up from it. Right in the center. This is like the stupidest thing ever. You hold L2 while you're moving and you'll sneak. How about a double jump? How about the bazooka from Crash 3? Why not give me something I can actually use? Well, whatever. I'm going to get more stuff later on, so... It's not the biggest deal. So back to the warp room. Everything in this place is done now. As you can see, I've got everything except for the relics. There's a cutscene with Aku Aku, or Uka Uka, actually, he's the bad guy. The bad mask. I'm not going to talk to him though. Obviously these ones are still locked, but I can now access World 2. But that's enough for this video, so I'm going to go save my game. Because I don't want to have to do all of that again. Just put it in this one. Okay, so yeah, thanks for watching guys, hopefully you weren't too bored, and hopefully I'll see you for the next video.